This conference will now be recorded.
So yesterday we started, we just gone through DIM, like what is the course content we are going to cover in this particular session. So initially, so let's understand what is SAC planning. So what we can do with this particular SAC planning product. So yesterday we went through all the capabilities, right? Today I just explain one business scenario. Let's take one business scenario. So you are the person who is going to implement SAC project, SAC planning. So there will be a lead because you have based on the experience, right? So you will. It's always better if you have a first project, if you have a lead and you are part of the uh, project. So there, if you have an experienced project lead, then it will be easy for you. Now, what is the requirement, right? So business requirement. So my business user, when we talk with the business user or business people, the companies, whomever we are implementing, we will understand what are the planning activities they are going to perform, and also what are their expectations. We also need to understand what their expectations. So for example, if the planner might say there will, every company will have some planner who is going to enter the data, input the data for the future periods. They want to perform what if analysis, right? So we will note down, okay, the customer want what if analysis. SSC planning can provide what if analysis. Yes, what if analysis we can provide. And these guys, all my customer want some automated calculations. All right. So they want to enter raw material price. They want to enter activity type prices. System should calculate product cost estimate. Yeah. Or sales quantity they plan, sales price they plan. So system should calculate the sales revenue. So data actions kind of so automated calculations they want. Yes, we can do the automated calculations. All right. So when you are talking only, you have to understand so whether it can be given in SSC planning or not. But they want to plan at base level and they want to plan at uh, uh, node level. Yes, SAC can give that particular flexibility. They want to perform some disaggregation. So they just enter the value at the parent node, right? So for example, 2023 they enter and they want to disaggregate the data. Yes, it's possible. And they want some plan the drivers, growth rates, drivers kind of stuff they want to plan. Based on that, they want the income statement calculation. So they want to see their net sales or net income. Right, they have forecast, they have rolling forecast, they have planning, they have budgeting. Yes, you can perform all these things using SAC planning tool. And they want some workflow kind of stuff. They want to schedule some tasks. Yes, you can perform using calendar functionality in SAC.
Karen, can you please let us know what is the driver-based planning? What are the drivers that it is referring?
Details will go, yeah, yeah, will detail will discuss, definitely will discuss, yeah. So right, so like this requirements are coming. Yeah, drivers based planning or growth rates planning, like value driver trees we can use for this. Yesterday as I explained. So once you understand their requirements, so that the customer want to lock their data right after the planning. So that is also we can perform here. So once we understand their requirement, we document it. So we once we understand whether those requirements are part of your SSC planning or not, we can easily understand because you are going to learn this product. So when you listen their requirements, you can easily justify like whether SSC can provide that functionality or not. So now steps to implement SSC Analytics Cloud Planning. Yeah. We have different phases. If you see here, preparation phase, and then planning phase, then finalization phase. We have different phases here. Prepare, when we talk about the prepare, so first, so whenever you are talking with your customer, you have to understand what is their main objective in the sense. So for example, my one of my customer, they want income statement by profit center, even they want income statement by product. They want income statement by customer, they want income statement by product, or they want income statement by profit center. The company, ABC company, yeah, they want to prepare their income statement, forecasted income statement or planned income statement. So in order to, in the preparation phase, what we will do, we understood what is their requirement. So in order to, they want integrated income statement by profit center, by product. So in order to perform those particular income statement, integrated financial statement, so what are the models you have to develop? What are the dimensions you have to develop? That is the initial phase, prepare. So you are going to design based on their ultimate final requirement. You are going to design your solution. Models means where you post, you store the transaction data. Dimension means where you are going to store your master data. Calculations, what calculations they need, what measures they need. So first you are going to prepare that part data. Once the model is prepared, then the second step is planning stage. So SAC Analytics Cloud you can use to plan the data, and plan data can be integrated with analysis like reporting tool and predictive tool also. All the three in one particular story, you can find all those three. In the planning stage, the user can plan and they can view the reports whatever they want. When they are planning, they can use the predictive techniques, the predictive techniques to simplify their plan. Once the planning is done, the second phase is planning. They test the data, or they complete the plan. Then they will finalize the data. Finalize, for the finalizing, they use basically the calendar tasks. So we call it as calendar. In the calendar, you can have processes, whatever planning processes they have, they can add it in the calendar. So in that calendar, that those tasks can, we can enable the workflow also. So the planning will be completed. Data can be locked once the planning is completed. So in the preparation phase, so this is the entire overview of this analytics cloud planning. In the preparation phase, as I said, you are going to, so you are going we are going to learn what we are going to do it in the preparation phase. So what are all activities you are going to perform in these three stages, that's what we are going to learn in this particular course. So in the preparation phase, first preparation phase, we are going to build the planning models, right? So the team will, it may be two consultants or three consultants, right? So in the first preparation phase, what we will do, we will develop models, dimensions, we will populate the data. So we, that may be loading from source system, that may be whatever the way, so manually maintenance. So we are going to load the data also in the preparation phase. So so whenever you are preparing, so your main aim always you should know, or you should keep it in your mind, so that you are going to prepare your income statements, whatever, by profit center, by product, by line of business, by region, by legal entity. So those are the combinations. And we need to set up some planning functionality, because they are using SAC, right? So SAC has some capabilities, that's what we understand. So validation rules, data locking, data actions, whatever calculations, whatever data actions we need, right? Allocation processes, if it is operational expenses you want to allocate from service to manufacturing, and you want to calculate activity prices, you want to calculate product cost. So those, for all those whatever allocation processes need, whatever actions, data actions you need, so all those things you have to set up. Then we have to create stories and workbooks. As the planner, so the planner can create, okay, initially you can also create for them. We will spend most of our time in stories, right? So once the solution, the model creation or this thing, these are okay. You can model creation is not, don't take that much time, and these allocation processes, all those things available, we can, once you understand the concept, you can develop. Your most time you are going to spend on stories and workbooks, where the user can input the data and input the data drivers or whatever input values they have, growth rates or whatever. So here they are going to perform the simulations using value driver tree. Yesterday I was showing value driver tree. It's a tree structure. Or you have some planning tables. In the planning tables, you can enter the data. Dynamic tables, we call it as. So this also we have to develop as part of preparation phase. Then set up and assign tasks and processes. So here set up and assign tasks and processes, in the sense you are going to collaborate as a team. So there are different departments. All those departments should we have to put it in one place. So we have to enable the workflow and process everything. So calendar tasks, status of processes, you have to check whether all the planning area scenarios are completed or still pending, who has not completed, all those things. Multi actions you have to execute, you have to log the data. So that setup you have to do. So we are going to understand all these one, two, three, four areas. Then the next phase is planning phase. Once the preparation phase is completed, so we started here preparation phase. So you can see the pink color. So the preparation phase, these are the activities we are going to perform. Then we are going to perform the planning phase. So the next phase, so we are talking about this blue color identification. So in this planning phase, what we are going to do, as a we are going to, so now I am a planner, right? So there is a role, actually planning reporters we call it as. So actually those planners we call them. So the planners from the business, they input data, they input data, because in the preparation phase all the stories everything completed, we prepared. In that they create data, and the data whatever they create, they want to, they can share it with the viewers. That means planner is going to enter the data, the manager is going to view the data. And you can also have interactive changes, so they can inform, the viewers can inform to change the data, the planner can change the data. Different levels, different departments, different collaborations, you can identify here, you can perform here. And you can see, then you can see the enter data using planning tools, right? You have there are different planning tools. You can enter manually, you can use planning panel. So you just, the planning panel means you can at a node you can enter and you can distribute based on the weights. And you can see the structured planning, so allocations you can run here. Only once the data is entered, you need allocate, you need to allocate the data to service to manufacturing or whatever the way. And even if you have live connections for BPC embedded, you can run the BPC planning processes also. And here you can also perform value driver tree, driver based planning. For the driver based planning, we are going to understand value driver trees, how we can use this one. And we, the process control basically organize all these things one. So it's not like that. So for example, once I enter this raw material price, right, once I calculate the activity type prices, then only I have to estimate the product cost. So there is a dependency on these planning steps, right, that you can control using the process control. And at this time, entering the data using planning tool, you can use predictive functionalities, you can use comments, right? And once the planning is completed, share the content with the viewers. The user is going to do this one, business user. And planning viewer can comment whatever the data he checks, the planning viewer in the sense the reviewer, right? He will check, okay, if he's okay, he will approve, otherwise he will comment and he will discuss with the user. So this is the planning phase. And then finalization phase. In the finalize phase, basically you are going to, so you can check the processes. For example, in the planning phase, what are the processes you have, whether those processes completed or nearly going to complete. Yeah. So at that time you can review with the decision makers, and if they are okay, you can publish the data, you can log the data, right? You can close that particular task. So here you see submitting the data, so all the private versions are published, and this is approved, uh, reviewed and approved, and you have published versions, and you can log the data because all the planning activities are completed. You can log the data. So, and also if you want to export data to different sources, yes, you can export the planning model data. So this is how entire process, the planning process happens. So you have different, the SAC screen looks like this, all right? The preparation phase, when the preparation phase starts, you are going to work more on the modeling side. So this is the model. Here you have, you can see the modeler icon. Here we can create a model, import model, you can create a live model. And once, when you create the model, let's open one model. So we can open one existing model.
Kiran, what do you mean by export planning model? The last
Data
step?
retraction, data retraction. So whatever SSC planning is there, the data you have to export to S4 HANA or some other to other whatever sources they have. Okay, there they can do the budget control based on this plan data. I will explain that.
Okay.
So here, let's say one model. This is the model, operational expenses model. So in this model, you can see the measures here, and here it's changed in the list. So earlier it was left side we used to see the dimensions. So now you can see different measures here, and you can see the dimensions here. You can see here dimensions here. This is the table where you can see the data. Yeah, and you can see whatever dimensions. You can see GL account dimension, cost center dimension, and in these dimensions you can also see the data. So data in the sense, it's like Excel. One dimension you can get the master data, and you can see it's like looks like a Excel. You can add data, you can import the data. For the import you have options also, data management option. So the model is here, and also the data loading also you can perform from here, and whatever data you store, this is the table. Actually, for this model, this is the table. Here it will store. Then you have, so for example, you might want to plan at a month level or week level or day level, quarter level. All the options are available. Here you have all the options, and also you can create a calculation here. So here at the modeling level only, you can define calculated measures. You can see the calculated measures here. Conversion measures, you can see, you can create conversion measure, you can create a calculated measure. So once it is done, you can also check, you can go to the reports also here. So the first phase, defining the model dimensions in the preparation phase. Also, whatever currency, for example, if you want currency conversion, so you have to activate the currency conversion and you have to configure. If you want, let's say, if you want data logging or data audit or validation rules, you have to enable here. You have to, so model level you can perform. If you want data locking, here you have to enable the data locking. If you want validation rules, so the validation rules also somewhere here, validation rules you will find. So you have to activate here only. So access and privacy, here only validation rules you can perform. Security also you can perform from here. Data access profiles you can create from here. So once the preparation phase is done, you go to the stories, right? So you have to develop the story. So you here, if you see, this is where the stories can be created. For the planner, you need to perform they need to perform the data entering, right? So the data entered in the stories. So the stories looks like this. So Apex, you can create different stories, whatever story. So the stories, you can they can view the actual data in the story. So we have to develop these kind of stories where they can view the actual data, where they can view the plan data, so they can enter the plan data here. And also we need to configure some data actions. These buttons are called data actions. So we can copy data from actuals to plan. To 2023 data I want to copy to 2024. So I can enter the data here. 20,000 I want to change it to 21,000. And we have to perform we can enable allocations in the story. Different allocations, different distributions you can configure.
Kiran, this
Once
copy and allocate, are these standard functions available? We drag and drop them here, or is there a custom code
standard,
behind that?
we can create our own. We can create our own. If you want, you can enable SAP delivered content also. Both
Oh,
options available.
thank
Right.
you.
So at the end you have collaboration. Yeah. The collaboration happens in the calendar. So you have something called calendar. In the calendar, you can add whatever the tasks you want. So here you can see different tasks you can add it in the calendar. So these are the dates, right? You can say, I mean, you can day wise you can see, week wise you can see, month wise you can see, right? And also you can check the statuses, all statuses you want, or whatever delayed one you want. So all those things. So here you can create your planning processes for operational expenses. One planning process you can create. So here this is called process. You can create the process. In this one process, you can add multiple activities like business process flows in BPC. All right. So this is the entire system. And in this particular SAC planning, right? Once the preparation, first we are going to start with
Kiran,
preparation phase. Yep. Go ahead. Go ahead.
sorry to interrupt you, but is it more of like what you are displaying here with collaboration is more of the, workflow, if I understood it correctly?
Correct. 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 So you can enable the workflow. So who is the multiple, I mean, multiple rounds review also you can perform here. So we need to create and we need to add the task here. We can add a general task and we can add whatever story we want to call from this task we can call. So start date, end date also we can do it. Due date, end date means due date. So once we understand the preparation phase, once completed, then planning phase is completed, the user going to open all the input templates whatever we create. In that they are going to use the predictive techniques. For example, if you have some predictive techniques here. So here, not here, mass data entry and tools. We can this predictive forecast, right? This is what I'm checking. So when they want predictive forecast, they can estimate future data based on actual data, based on planned data, whatever they want, and what periods they want to estimate. That period also you can give. So when you give automatically, it will estimate and it will give some information like what is the pessimistic and optimistic value for the future. So these are the developed. So so standard content. I mean standard SAC developed things. No need to develop anything here. Just we should know how to use those, right? So now it's a for example, it has given like this, everything every month 20,000. It's so next month also it is expecting 20,000 only. See, intelligent only. So you can use these things, whatever SAP delivered functionalities. You can add charts, so you can have reports also here. See here, you have reports. So for example, expenses by cost center report I want. I can see this one. This is not available. Sometimes what happens, system will be down at this time, 9 p.m. India time. So these are kind of dashboards. Your you can see that some dashboard, you can add charts. You can you can see whatever debits credits in the cost center, expenses categories, right? And you can have multiple sheets. Overview also you can have, right? Dashboards also. So these are very uh, user specific and very easy to create dashboards. So here you can very easily create the dashboards. So you can compare actuals, plan data. You can get the variance. All those reports are all the reports we can generate. So this is all. I mean, just I want to give the overview. So it's done. I'm done.
Pardon me, pardon me,
Yeah,
Kiran, I like this dashboard. It gives me the overall many areas, let's say major areas. Uh, I like this. For you have workforce, you have a travel, you have daily
correct. Mm.
operating. It could be any kind of operations, many kind of
Operations.
operations.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like this. So we can build one or two model based upon whatever the areas we are looking for the plan horizon, and then we can pull all those model into the plan forecast, correct?
correct. Yeah.
Uh-huh. That is just for the only for the C level for dashboarding, not for everybody.
Not for everybody, because
Yeah,
see, operational level you might be having lot of users. So for them, that's why we are exporting the data.
yeah.
Why we are export the data to S4HANA? Because S4HANA you might be having 500 users. So all the 500 users, you can't they can't buy the license for SSC because
No, no, no.
it's
This is for the
unnecessary.
strategic view for
Yeah,
the
strategically.
bigger
Correct,
people,
exactly.
strategic
You're
view.
right.
For other
Yeah,
people, everybody is irrelevant. Only corresponding group should be. They do everything and send it to us. So we will have a strategic view
strategic view.
for the
Correct,
board, right?
exactly. So
Yeah,
for the board, yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Thank you.
right. So today day one. Tomorrow next week onwards we will start. Yeah. So whomever interested to this course, just send an email so that I will send other details. Yeah. Now you can tell me. I mean, you can ask me if you have any questions. Right. So I'm stopping the recording. We'll uh, just send an email if you